Area. Channel 2's Ross Cabot chased the storms through 3 counties today. And Ross, what did you see?
Yeah, I got to sample tornado sirens in 3 counties. John, Bartow, Cherokee, and Cobb County all had their sirens going off at any given time throughout this afternoon as these storms moved through. We caught the first wave up in Adairsville in Bartow County when it rolled through with very high winds and a lot of rain. People were pulling over underneath the highway overpass where we were at, trying to seek shelter on 75 North, just south of that Adairsville exit, if you're familiar with that. That system moved through in a matter of about 5 minutes. Then we tried to chase it into Cherokee County when tornado warnings popped up at that point, and that thing was moving so fast we could never catch up with it. But I have checked with officials in Bartow, Cherokee, and Cobb counties. All report no or very minor damage. We did run into a couple of car accidents caused by hydroplaning on some of the roads in this area. You can tell why with the rain coming down this heavy. But just as fast as these storms moved in, they moved out, causing very minimal damage, but a lot of anxiety with these tornado sirens at any given time in any given county up here in the northwest metro part of Atlanta going off and screaming their warnings out. But so far, the good news up in at least this part of the metro, no significant damage to report. Back to you.
Severe Weather Center 2 with an update on what's going on right now with the tornado warnings. Brad.
For the tornado potential, and that is the southeastern part of the area down towards Eatonton. There's a powerful storm moving into the metro area, and I'm going to take you through that in just a moment. But I want to take a minute first to show you this likely tornadic thunderstorm moving towards Monticello, and it continues to track very rapidly now towards the east. The Barron Tornado Index you see here is an 8. That's a scale of 1 to 10. Anytime you're above a 7, you start to get very concerned, but we've got all indications here on Doppler radar of a tornadic thunderstorm moving towards Monticello. You want to seek shelter immediately, lowest level of your house, away from windows. This is a look at that storm in 3 dimensions, and it's right here where we see the little hook shape of greatest concern. Let me show you the rotation. This is where the Doppler radar crunches the numbers and looks at all the wind blowing towards and away from the radar site. And we have this blue there, that's the bullet, to green, and even some yellow in there where we have very powerful rotation within the thunderstorm just west of Monticello. You could see it here, the Barron Tornado Index very high, and it continues to track towards the east-southeast. That's going to put this storm in towards Eatonton within the next 20 to 30 minutes. So a tornado warning is in effect now for Jasper and Putnam counties until 7:45. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect for this storm moving into some of the metro counties, Douglas County, much of central and southern sections of Fulton County getting hit by a very powerful thunderstorm. The potential for damaging straight-line winds, a real possibility here. Large hail and some ponding on the roadways, a problem as well, as this continues to track very rapidly towards the east. Let's do a storm track here, and you can see hail in this particular part of the storm in central and southern Douglas County. A little bit less likely, but very heavy rain, thunder, and lightning moving towards Rivertown at 7:08, up towards Campbellton at 7:12, and Union City at 7:21. The BTI here, the Barron Tornado Index, as you can see, Glenn, less than 5.
Indeed. In fact, these are severe thunderstorm warnings, but this supercell is a little bit different than the ones that have come before. This one is now slowed way, way down. It's moving toward the east-southeast at a speed of only 25 miles per hour. The other storms that we've had in the area have been moving between 50 and 70 miles per hour. So now, as this approaches the city of Atlanta, we're going to see some very heavy rainfall. And it's going to be just staying around for a while due to the slow movement of the storm. So we're going to see some ponding on the roadways, no doubt. We're going to see probably some minor flooding in some areas where we have the construction that's going on in and around those streets that are under construction. You can see as we head over towards Six Flags, northeast of Six Flags, some very heavy rainfall there, just to the northwest of Stafford as well. And the Mapleton area getting heavy rain. Austell over toward Lithia Springs, very heavy rainfall, and intense cloud-to-ground lightning and intense cloud-to-cloud lightning with this particular cell. We have Justin Farmer on the phone in Forsyth County with a report. Justin.
Good evening, Glenn. Let me tell you, we just talked to the Rosenblum family here on Bethelview Road, right off of 141. There's a public shopping center if our viewers know that area. So this is right in Cumming. And we talked to a couple families. They said about 5:10 tonight, just as you, Glenn, on your reports were saying for them to take cover. Right then, they were out in the front yard, and they said, their words, no question about it, it was a funnel cloud, and they watched it come through. They said there was a dramatic sort of shift in the winds, and the trees started swirling. The dad, Chuck Rosenblum, grabbed his video camera and had video of this tornado coming right towards their house, sort of jumped over their house, and then about a 100-foot pine tree in their backyard, the top half of it, taken down by that tornado. And we have video of the trees down in their backyard. We have the home video. We're jumping in the live truck, and we're trying to get to some higher ground. As you well, all the hills up here, we're trying to tune in our live shot. So we're driving to some higher ground, and we're going to get back to you that home video of the tornado approaching their home, hopping over it, and then you'll see the trees down in the backyard.
Justin, absolutely incredible, and we're seeing with our live tower cam right now this storm that is approaching on 285 west. It has basically continuous cloud-to-cloud lightning, and that is a rotating supercell thunderstorm that's going to produce some very, very heavy rain. There you saw a strike hit the ground, but most of that is going to be within the cloud, as you can see there. These are, again, supercell thunderstorms, rotating thunderstorms, very much like you see the storm chasers on TV out in Texas and Oklahoma that go out chasing them. So these are supercell thunderstorms, the kind you see in the Great Plains, that are moving into Georgia. And we have more moving into Georgia, especially in our western counties. Once again, we were pointing out that we had 3 sets of supercell thunderstorms that were moving out of eastern Alabama into the western part of Georgia and western part of metro Atlanta. And here we go once again. We have southern Polk County. We have Haralson County, Carroll County. We're sorry. We got the third one in about 2 hours coming right at the city of Carrollton. And we have yet another that will be developing a little farther to the south, south of Anniston, and that's going to be moving toward the Heard County area. These will likely cross our southern viewing area now a little bit farther to the south than the ones that occurred earlier through Fayette and Clayton and Henry County. We may have some down toward Coweta. We may have some down toward Meriwether County in about 30 to 40 minutes from now. Well, our main concern is this severe thunderstorm as it approaches the city of Atlanta with the continuous cloud-to-cloud lightning, a few cloud-to-ground shots. Palmetto, you're getting ready to see some very heavy rainfall, along with Fairburn. And if you go back here, you're looking at hail, but not nearly the size as we have seen earlier today. It's about 3/4 of an inch being estimated by the Doppler radar, and when it falls to the ground, that may be the form of a penny-size or perhaps pea-size hail. In the path here, Cedar Grove at 711, Tell at 717, Union City at 721, and College Park at 727. Expect some locally heavy rainfall, and the National Weather Service is also in Peachtree City indicating that this cell may produce 60-mile-per-hour straight-line winds. 60-mile-per-hour straight-line winds, and the heaviest of this is going to take it down the south side of 285. So this may take it across the airport in the next 30 to 40 minutes. Already, we have reports of 2-hour delays at Hartsfield-Jackson tonight. 2-hour airport delays. So check with your carrier before you head on down. Brad, let's go back southeast of the city and head toward Lake Oconee again. That was a very impressive severe thunderstorm, supercell thunderstorm, as it continues now. Very
Look at that,
interesting
Glenn.
formation here. This is what your classic example is of air just going in here and the air coming right around. So we may actually have a funnel of some sort in this area in and around Monticello, and perhaps it's wrapped in rain, but you can see the heavy lightning and you can see the heavy hail just to the north of that center. These are 2 couplets that are perfectly formed here, where you see great rotation in a very short distance. 2 pixels very close together like that, with winds at going toward the radar at 58 miles per hour, away from the radar at 45 miles per hour. There's certainly a big rotation here. And this storm, Brad, too, it appears likely it has slowed way down from what it was about 30 minutes ago. Here, Brad is showing you with our Storm Tracker 2 in 3D the intense hail and unbelievable